everybody. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Clarinda with Astro Energetic Healing, and I want to talk to you today. I'm just going to come and be upfront, honest, and open. So, for years, I have had like this huge terror of being on YouTube, on being on video. It's like I would shut down when the camera comes on or hide from being in pictures and not wanting people to see me, shutting down my voice and not saying what I was feeling or thinking because I was worried about how people were going to take it, that I wasn't perfect enough or that the words wouldn't come out right. I'd move my hands too much. I would say the wrong thing, or whatever. One thing that human design has done that is so powerful is to help me allow myself to be me for who I am. And so when I talk about this, one thing that I want to make sure that I keep consistent and constant on my channel is integrity, honesty, and me being me, unapologetically, not being somebody else, not trying to please anybody else, but delivering important messages with love and passion because I really, really have the intention of wanting to see other people do better and to see us do better together. And I know that it's not easy, and to even face the fear of getting on the camera or whatever it is. What I've learned so far, and I'm always learning, is that we'll never be perfect. To somebody, something will be wrong. And so waiting for perfection starts to become an excuse for inaction. And I just feel I'm at that point in my life where I can no longer allow that to be the case. And so this is just something from the heart. I just wanted to make sure that I voiced that. We gonna get there. We gonna get there, guys. And so thank you for watching and listening to me. And I really appreciate it, you taking the time. I came today because in my last video, I kind of just went over the very basics of human design. We talked about the body graph and what different lines mean in the chart, like if you have a black conscious line or if you have a red conscious line, if you have both, what it means to be open as far as being receiving from those centers that are open, and what it means to be defined in certain centers. Now, with openness and definition, this kind of brings into play what I was just speaking about. So in our open centers, that's where we take in information. I'm just going to do like a really quick recap on it. That's where we take in information. That's where we are greatly conditioned by our environment, our family, and society. And if you look at our world and our society, it's so clear to see how easily conditioned we are. We're conditioned when we're born to operate a certain way, to work hard and to work 5 days a week. And if you're not doing that, then you're doing something wrong. And, get it done. And why aren't you starting this? Oh, you're lazy. When maybe this person is actually just waiting for the right opportunity, or waiting for something to respond to that resonates with them, or waiting for the right invitation. So it's important to know that it's okay to be who you are. Be authentically you, unapologetically, and do you. And we're going to get there. So enough said on that. Today we're going to be talking about generators. And so 70% of the population are generator types. So this is going to be really important for a lot of people. All right. So in human design, we go right back to the same thing I was just talking about. Know thyself. And don't let anybody change that. Don't let anybody move you from who you are. Be you, do you. Be the best you, the best definition of you that you can be at any given moment. In human design, there's 5 energy types. Traditional human design, they actually consider 4 energy types. They put the manifesting generator and the generator together into one group. But in quantum human design, which is the one I subscribe to, which is taught by Karen Curry Parker with the quantum alignment system, there's actually 5 different types. And this actually really resonated for me because manifesting generators and generators do have some differences. Even though they have similarities, there are some things that really separate them from each other. So Generators make up 37%. Pure generators make up 37% of our population. Manifesting generators make up 33%. Projectors are 20% of our population. Manifestors 9%, and then reflectors make up the small 1% of the population. I have been searching for reflectors. They're hard to find, but I finally met one. And so out of all the people that I've come into contact with, I've only found one reflector thus far. So I know you guys are out there, but they're rare. So each energy type plays a specific role. It's like we're all a part of a big movie, and everybody has their thing that they're responsible for doing. Generators are the crew. I think of them more like, if we were going to look at it in a movie, I say, yeah, the generators would be like the actors. They're the ones actually acting and carrying out the work. They have that sustainable workforce and life force energy. They're the lights, camera, action people. Generators are the true builders of the world. So I got a question today on IG, on Instagram, and it was a really, really great question because somebody had run their chart and they saw that they had the defined throat and they had a defined sacral center. And the question was, it said on my chart that I'm a generator, but my throat's defined. Am I a manifesting generator or am I a generator? So the answer is, this is actually an example that I put up today. On the left, you can see where there's the 4323, there's a line there, and then I have an arrow coming in at the throat, which is defined from the ajna center. And then we have the identity center and the sacral, and then the root. So there's channels completing from the root to the sacral up into the G center, but there's nothing connecting the throat to the G center or to any other motor in the chart. In human design, there's 4 motors. And so the will center is a motor, the emotional solar plexus is a motor, the sacral center is a motor, and the root center is a motor. So if there's not a connection, a channel completing from the throat to one of those motors and the sacral has to be defined in a manifesting generator. Then they're not a manifesting generator if there's no completion there. And if that sacral center is open and they have another motor connected to the throat, then they're a manifester. So that's a big difference. Then on the right side, you see this other chart, this other body graph that I ran. This is another example of a generator. They just have a lot more openness in their chart. So they come in a lot of different shapes, sizes, and varieties. Nobody is designed the same way, and that's what makes this so beautiful, that we each are our own unique individuals and beings. So again, generators, 70% of the population, all generator types have a defined sacral center. Again, pure generators will not have a motor connecting to their throat. The sacral center, that's what gives the energy for sex, sexuality, and anything associated with it. So it provides energy for the creation of life all the way to caring and nurturing life. So family and work are very, very important for generators. Okay, so I get a lot of people that I talk to that find out they're generators and they're like, oh, well, I'm just a worker bee and I'm here to work. And no. Sometimes I guess that makes it seem like they feel like they're not as important. That is not true at all. You guys are so important, and each and every individual plays a part. Without you, things would not happen. So know that. Another thing is that you're not just here to work, like do any kind of work. For a generator to thrive, you need to be doing the type of work that you love and are passionate about. You need to be with the right people that you love and are passionate about. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. It's not just about doing any kind of work. It's about doing the work that you love to do. Each type has a particular strategy, and it's important to know your strategy and how to use it. Generators do not initiate. A lot of us have felt like we may be manifestors. We were always trying to initiate things and then wondering why things don't go the way we want them to. So for generators, don't initiate. wait, wait. People are like, wait for what? Okay, so I'm going to tell you about what we're waiting for, but please wait before trying to push, and get things done. So you're waiting to respond to something in your outside environment. So external environment outside of yourself, not something internally, but something outside of you. You're waiting for something to come to you to respond to. So I'm gonna give you this little example. I thought this was kind of cute, but so when you're at work and you're feeling tired, you're burnt out, you like, I need a break. It's time for me to take a break from work. Then you go to your doctor, and your doctor's like, well, your labs are all off, and something's going on. You think you need to take some time out and rest and relax, some R&R. On your way home from the doctor's office, you see a sign saying, visit Central Florida, and you live in Massachusetts, I don't know. So it's cold, right? So it says, visit Central Florida on your way home. Well, you've gotten three things, actually. Well, two things, the doctor and the sign. It's time to respond. So, yeah, bon voyage, enjoy your trip. Have a great vacation. It's time to go. So again, generators wait to respond to something that shows up in your outer reality for you to respond to. People are like, I don't want to wait. And then I get a lot of questions about like, well, what exactly am I waiting for? Or what do you mean by wait? How does this actually play out? How does this work? So think about it like this. I feel like this is not so bad, really, because there's always things for you to respond to in your outer environment. Like your phone, you respond to your phone when it rings. Sometimes if you're like me, you hit decline. But you have something there to respond to. When you get a text message, you decide whether you want to respond to that or not. Suggestions from people. Is that something that works for me? Is that something that doesn't work for me? So there's things coming from all kind of places for you to respond to. And then please, 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 because we are spiritual beings in physical bodies, having a physical experience. Look for the synchronicities and signs in your outer reality. Those can be things too. And those always are there. And the more that you become aware of those synchronicities in your life, the more they start showing up. And those are things you can respond to. And then you can take it to your guides or to however you want to take it and ask for something to show up physically in your outer reality so that you're clear, just so you can get clarity on it. But there's always things coming to you to respond to. When we don't play our assigned roles or we don't follow our strategy, we start meeting with a lot of resistance. And we're wondering why things are not going how we planned them, things aren't working how I expected it. Well, maybe we're not following our strategy. In human design, that is what we call our not self. And basically, that just means not being in alignment or in sync with who you're designed to be. It feels like you're trying to push a boulder uphill. That's hard. And it's draining. You're fighting against the flow. It looks like this. I don't even really need to say anything about how that looks. He looks very unhappy. So the not self-emotional theme, each type has their own not self-emotional theme. And the not self-emotional theme for generators is frustration. So I want to talk just real quickly about the spiritual role of the generator because I love these names. So Karen has been going through the human design and she's actually taking it quantum. It's on a quantum level. So these are new names that are assigned to each type. And for the generator, it's the alchemist. So I love that because alchemy, that's powerful. You are creating things and mixing things and making magic. So I love that. You're here to turn inspiration into form. The quantum purpose of generators is to physically manifest form and the mastery of the physical plane. And you do this by practice, repetition, and experimenting. So practice makes progress. We talked about what the not self theme of a generator is, which is frustration. But here's the thing. Sometimes your frustration can actually be momentum. Momentum for you, because generators have plateaus and it can feel like you're stuck. But this can be a good thing for you because when you feel like you're stuck, you could actually be building momentum for your next big thing forward, your next big leap forward. So sometimes this is not the time to quit. I'm saying sometimes for a reason because there may be times when it is best for you to walk away. And you can find that out by getting in tune with your sacral responses. And I'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But when you feel frustrated and you feel like quitting, it's actually probably time to keep pushing forward. So don't give up. And you can do sacral sessions with somebody you trust to see if it's right for you to keep moving forward or to see if you should let an idea or a project go. So the Sacral Center is a motor. And if you watch and listen to people that are generators, they usually make these sounds without even realizing that they're making them, like nah, and it's like this natural sound, when they don't want to do something, and it's when they want to do something. So that actually is part of the generator authority, as long as you don't have emotional definition. So listening to that and following that right there, that instinct is actually in alignment for you to do. If it's a without you going into your head and trying to think things through, because the mind cannot be our authority for anyone. So if you're going into your head to think things, you actually are missing that right thing to do, that right response that you got from your sacral center. I want to talk real quickly about health for generators. So it's important for you guys to stay busy. Generators need to be active and they need to be busy, or else you will start suffering health issues. It's really important that you love what you do and the environment that you're in, because if you're working hard and you don't love what you're doing, then you are going to feel burnt out. And this burnout is an indicator something's not right. I need to make some changes in my life. But when you're in sync with your rhythm, then you'll have the energy to get through anything that you're doing. When you're doing what you love to do, then you don't have a problem getting that work done because you enjoy and love what you're doing. And you will have the energy to sustain it. So with sleep, you guys, you're lucky. You go to sleep when you feel tired. Some people, some types, need to lay down prior to becoming tired so that they can actually release energy that they take in from from the sacral when they're around other people from the environment. But for generators, when you feel tired, then that is your sign to go to sleep and to rest. It's when you recharge your battery. So you need to wear yourself out every day and then let your battery recharge itself. And then you're good to go the next morning. Oops, sorry. So challenge for generators: endurance and disbelief in source, God, creator, universe. That can be a big thing because it gets to be that thing where you're like, well, I'm waiting to respond to, and I don't see what I want to respond to, or this is not coming when I want it to. Just remember that everything happens in divine right timing, and timing becomes very important for most of us, especially, well, for everyone, but even in our design, timing will play a huge part in a lot of different gates and channels. Ask yourself, are you expressing your mastery or are you settling for less? Sometimes we stay in jobs that we don't like because we feel like we have to. We're worried about our bills. Sometimes it takes that leap of faith and that trust. Sometimes you got to let go of the old so that the new can come in. Is frustration keeping me from mastering my destiny? Don't let your frustration stop you. Instead, let that frustration become something that helps you, kind of like gives you that time to build that momentum and make that next leap forward. So the key to success is living by your design and not by default. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, because time and energy are precious. Don't waste your time being who you're not. So thank you guys for listening. I want to extend an open invitation to you. I invite you to contact me at www.astroenergetics.org. My email is here if you want to ever email me. It's at clarinda.man@astroenergetics.org. Also, Quantum Alignment System, www.quantumalignmentsystemalltogether.com. I'm on the specialist page there. There's interesting information that you can find there also. And I definitely want to encourage you guys to check out my website because I do human design, but I also do astrology. And in the coming weeks, I will be talking about some of the astrological services that I offer, which my favorite one to do is the astrocartography, the relocation astrology. It's amazing, and we'll go into that. I'm not sure exactly if it'll be next week or the week after, but I will definitely be talking about that. And then I also am a Holy Fire Reiki Master Teacher. So if you're interested in energy work and energy healing, then that is something that I also offer. And if you actually want to become a Reiki practitioner, then I do offer classes. You can find me, my Facebook page, Astro Energetic Healing. Leave a comment or review if this was helpful. I appreciate it. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Astro Energetic Healing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time and being here. Oh, I do. Another thing. If you go to my IG page, and I'll be putting it on my Facebook page also. But there will be a link where you can actually, and you can do this from my website. You can get your free chart there. And when you get your free chart, I will get your information and I will also send you a free ebook on quantum human design and an ebook on your specific design type. So those are just freebies that I'll be throwing in if you guys run your charts with me. I appreciate it. And I want to, oh, yes, I'm sorry. So I want to send another shout out. I just want to do some shout outs real quick. And I want to say thank you to my husband for all of your support. And even when times are hard and through all of my transformations and spiritual journeys that I've been on, I appreciate you being there and being supportive. And also to my children for being so supportive. I want to send a lot of love to Kristen with the Quantum Human Design family. She is amazing, and I'm just so thankful for her assistance with everything. I'm really appreciative of becoming and from learning from Karen Curry Parker and what she's done with human design and the quantum human design quantum alignment system. It's just been something that is transformational, it's positive, it's uplifting, life-changing. So really, really thankful for that. My friends, Rocio Castellanos, thank you so much for being so supportive and just, I love you to death. And all of you guys that have been here cheering me on and offering your support. And I just want to let you know, my teachers, thank you for everything you do. I love you. And peace and love, guys. Until next time.